Okay, so it's the return of Talk Past TV, and I'm delighted to be joined today by multi-instrumentalist, Methyl Ethel creator, Jake Webb. How are you, Jake?
Very well.
Good, good. And so with all my guests so far, I always go right back to the start. Do you remember the first time you ever picked up an instrument, and the first kind of influences musically growing up?
Well, I learned a bit of piano when I was maybe 5 or something, but for a couple of years. But I think that's sort of like a bit of a common thing sometimes for some people to have just like done a bit of musical like tutorage or something early on. But I don't know. I was interested in actually like teaching myself learning guitar when I was 12 or 13, I think. Yeah. And early musical influences, I don't know. I think just going on, we used to go on family holidays where we'd drive a lot, say like 2 or 3 hour long kind of drives. And I think my memory of like sort of early music was just driving with my family, listening to, I don't know, the Beach Boys, the Beatles and things like that. Yeah.
Cool, nice. And growing up, maybe a few years later, was there any gigs or concerts you went to, or maybe a festival, and you thought, wow, like that's something I don't want to be on this side of the barrier. I want to be up there, kind of performing.
Oh, 100%. I went to before I was 18. I used to be so like around definitely early teenager, teen years. I was really excited by going to like the prospect of going to see shows. I definitely bought tickets to something. I don't remember what show it was, but then found out that it was like 18 plus. I was devastated about that. So yeah, when I went to Big Day Out when I was 16, because I think that you could go if you were 16 to Big Day Out. So the first one of those was that sort of sticks in my memory as being having that exact feeling you're describing, where I thought, I want to do that. And I would just obsessively watch the bands and kind of study them in a way, and did for so long, and kind of wanted to know absolutely everything that was happening there. You know, I couldn't pick where the sounds were coming from and how they were doing things. And yeah, it was just so exciting.
Cool. And with Methyl Ethel, do you remember how the concept or the project, how it was originally, like the very beginning? Do you remember how it like came around, how it was formed?
Well, I was playing in another band, well, a couple of other bands at the time, and one particular band that I was sort of co-writing some of the songs for and writing songs for, we were sort of in having that classic band in the studio experience where everyone was sort of putting their heads together to kind of write music. And honestly, it was like, I hated it so much. It was so hard to get anything done, because I suppose that being younger and being more sort of stubborn and having like a group of people who all wanted to sort of wedge their ideas in and not know how to kind of do it, it was a bit of a mess. And so really Methyl Ethel actually started because I challenged myself. I sort of said to myself that I bet that I can write, record and put together like an EP before this band can. So it was that kind of this twisted sort of competitiveness with sort of myself, or just like with the sort of being unhappy in that situation, and that's literally how it started. And it was really rewarding, and it was nice to. It wasn't so much a control thing as much as it was. I think I just realized that I had a vision of what I wanted to do, or at least that I wanted to kind of be able to see things through, you know, without it being round tabled every time.
Yeah, sure.
Which I now learn, like, you know, I enjoy collaborating. I enjoy working as part of a team, but yeah, definitely being younger and more sort of I don't know, pig-headed or something. Wanted to just get something finished, you know.
Yeah, cool. And one thing I always like to touch on with all my guests as well, the band name Methyl Ethel. You've probably been asked hundreds of times before, but where did that come from?
Well, the context that you've now kind of been that's been explained to you sort of makes this part easier to answer, because putting the music together was less about representing myself in this holistic way. It was more a knee-jerk reaction to something. I just came up with the name that I kind of wanted it to have a sort of onomatopoeia to it. I like bands that don't take themselves too seriously in a way. Yeah. I mean, I sort of feel like you're always going to kind of loathe whatever you call anything at some stage. So it's actually a chemical that once I work with my dad, whose business is like a fiberglass. He does work in fiberglass, and methyl ethyl ketone peroxide is a chemical that's used in that work. And I just thought methyl ethyl is an interesting name, and I just changed the letter to give it a kind of person, to have like the image of a person, because I wanted the whole thing to not have a face. It was just a recording project. I was going to sit out, not a name to it, not put write bios which had like name dropped other projects or things like that at the time. And I just sort of wanted to see if the music could stand.
Cool, amazing.
Yeah, I did, because my vocal register is so high as well. Like, I was happy if people thought it was a woman singing and not knowing what the gender was or anything either.
Oh, sweet, yeah, lovely. And do you have memories of your first gig or first show with Methyl Ethel? So yeah, what were your memories? Were you nervous getting on stage as your own project, where you were the only one bringing in all the creativity?
Yeah, I loved the first shows that we played together, and the band was completely different again to what it is now. I was playing with two members of another band called Caitlin and Natalie from a great band called Diana's. Amber from Rabbit Island was playing. We had like 4 guitar players. It was just wild and really, I don't know, really liberating, and it felt so fresh. And that's something that I've kind of continued all the way through. That I think just changing up band lineups and just not feeling like something is set forever is, I don't know, it helps me to continually like bring life to it and see kind of use it as a sort of vehicle to explore what I guess the whole music thing is all about. And also to just like because you've got performance and you've got actual like composition and actually writing of the work. So it helps keep it fresh. So my memories of it are happy memories.
Cool. And you're currently on tour now across Australia. I was lucky enough to see the show on Friday at the Roundhouse in Sydney, and wow, it's I'd say 99% different to a lot of gigs I've been to, because of the amount of thought and effort that kind of goes into it. I feel like the warm up, the stage outfits felt very theatrical. Felt them more than just like a casual rock show. You could really feel the whole set. It was cool. Do you take as much?
I'm really happy to hear you say that. It's very, I mean, knowing that was communicated, because I think the rock show and like the theatrical rock show is sort of, I don't want to turn it into some sort of like glam, like Ziggy Stardust situation or anything, with all due respect. But it's sort of just like trying to, I think just the fact that we have kind of, we wanted to just basically just have a tone set throughout the whole night, that when people are in the room, you sort of know the feeling, and it's the feeling that I wanted to communicate from the record that I just put out as well. And I'm thrilled that people are kind of responding to it in that way.
Nice. And is that something you take as much joy out of creating as the music?
I think there is the potential for it.
Mm.
It's hard. It's more challenging. I think it's more. There's more room to fail with
Okay.
if you can't, if I try, and if it costs way more money to
Yeah.
like do things live than it does
Okay.
for me to just come up with ideas and record them,
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something that I think want to just, that I've been slowly like leaning towards, and I don't know, I do definitely get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Cool.
But I don't want to, yeah, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, and there was a point in the show. It was your song "In a Minute," Sublime. The final 2.5 minutes, I literally felt like it was like I was in the middle of an ending scene for a James Bond movie. It was just
Oh
so
my God, that's
so
great.
cinematic. Yeah,
That's so funny. There's actually another song that isn't released yet, which to me, I get that feeling from this song. So hopefully we'll be putting it out later on this year, but you'll have to tell me if you think that has as much James Bond as the end.
definitely. I could maybe see one coming in the future
Sublime.
for sure. And also, so the rest of 22. What's the plans?
Well, there's a few, like I mentioned just then, there's a couple of songs that hopefully that were sort of, they're not kind of, there are a couple of songs left sort of from these Are You Haunted sessions that I want to put out as sort of like maybe part of maybe a deluxe album release or something like that. Or I've been working on like doing some production work with other people and things.
Cool.
Hopefully we'll do some more, play some more shows around Australia and things like that. But it's kind of usually it would be all eaten up with touring, but I'm really happy to be doing more production work with other people. And yeah, I've recorded some. Yeah, I think there's like a nice amount of little bits and pieces that I'm going to put out for the rest of the year. But it's like with the way that COVID has sort of put everything. It's like an ever evolving plan.
For sure. Yeah.
But we've been so thrilled to have played these couple of shows, to have played in Sydney now, a show that we're all really proud of, like what's happening with these shows at the moment. And I think it'll be a great feeling to sort of, kind of get some momentum going there.
Cool. Yeah, rightfully so. It's been a long time coming with obviously COVID. I know that as a fan, how much I've missed live music. So it must be even bigger feeling for yourself, like as an artist, as a performer.
It is. It's been just really refreshing to kind of, I don't know, for everyone to sort of start to appreciate what it is that that live music brings, both for us and for audience. And I think you can really see that, and it's really beautiful to be working with people on all sides of it that are super forthcoming with their gratitude for these shows to be happening. And it just, it's palpable in these rooms that people want to be there and they're appreciating it.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Cool. I've just got one more question and then a few quick fires, if you don't mind, after that, and then I'll let you carry on with the rest of your day. So what are your ultimate dreams for Methyl Ethel?
I don't know. I think it's a really difficult question to answer, because in many ways I'm already kind of, it's already a dream, I'm already within the dream of it. And I never would have thought that, especially even still that I'd be playing music, and that more and more I was getting opportunities to sort of hone in on what this project kind of is, or who I am and what this voice is. And I feel like, especially with the show that we're playing at the moment and the record, it's becoming in front of my eyes. I'm starting to see, this is all the things that I've kind of been absorbing and interested in all the time. And it's starting to become clear what the voice is. And I think that's the dream, to kind of for it to just become this thing that means something for people, and that I guess maybe opens people's eyes to things that they might not have seen before. I don't know, but it's already the dream, so I feel grateful for that.
Yeah, for sure. Lovely. And as I said there, just a few quick fires, if that's okay with you. So here we go. Do you prefer being at home or on the road?
At home.
Cool.
But that's no. I do at the moment. I'm having so much fun touring.
Yeah.
with this group at the moment.
Well, I'm not trying to set you up.
It's been so lovely. So
yeah. Up north or down south?
It's got to be down south.
Cool. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, 100%.
I was going to guess that. Music-wise, are you more influenced by the UK or USA?
I mean, this is loaded as well. I would say probably at the moment it's more like Eastern Europe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well.
So maybe that can be my answer. I'll twist the question.
That's completely fine. Yeah. Playing arenas or festivals?
I'm as much as I like festivals, I think anytime it's indoors, I imagine an arena would be a building that is made of bricks.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Let's go arena. I've never played an arena before, but I'm sure it's probably good.
Awesome. Yeah. Where are we? Do you prefer being by the beach or in the mountains?
By the beach. See, the thing is, these questions. One of them is something that I do all the time. I'm going to go to the beach after we finish talking.
Yeah.
But going to the mountains is something that's incredible.
It's gorgeous too. Yeah.
Incredible. So I don't know. There's like my aspirational self and my actual self.
Wow. I'll let you off for that one. If there was any artist, and they can be alive or dead, that you could have went to one of their shows and maybe had like a 5 or 10 minute chat with them after the show, who would it be?
Beethoven.
Oh wow, that's that's not what I was expecting to hear, but an awesome answer. Who would you regard as the best Aussie band or artist of all time as well?
At the moment, it's probably Nigel Butterley.
Cool. Well, I've never heard of him, but I'll be sure to listen to him after this. Yeah,
well, there's a really great piece. He's a composer, and the piece is. Let me just quickly get it for you.
Oh, good, yeah.
Because I want to say it correctly, otherwise I'll get it wrong. All right, here we go. It's called Meditations of Thomas Traherne. It's got 5 parts to it. Very good piece of music.
Nice. I'll be sure. I'll give that a listen to in the car. And just finally, why should people go and listen to Methyl Ethel?
Because it's the music's incredible.
Yeah.
And the live show is an absolute it's an absolutely jaw-dropping experience that absolutely everybody has got to experience at least once in their lives.
Perfect. And that is a wrap. That's an amazing answer and I love it. Thanks, and very humble as well. Thanks a lot, Jake, for your time.
Exactly, yeah.
And yeah, all the best for the rest of 2022 as well.
Hey, thanks so much for your time, and apologies for my internet connection.
Oh no, you're all good. You're all good, completely fine.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jake Webb. Cheers.